Hello, everybody. So I'm making progress towards getting the Minecraft clone working, which is great. I piddled around with it in my brain for a few days, and it's way easier than I thought. Turns out this is it as far as facilitating the user input. So I take the temp in front vector, which I created before to get a sense of trees, nearby trees, right? And I just drew another cube and I set the texture ID to 101. I made a new fragment shader. I was fooling around with blending. So in the first one here, which really doesn't change anything, I took this texture coordinate right here, which is XYZ A, or XYZ W, sorry, or RGBA, you could put, I just did XYZ. And then I just took the first three components, and then I added a 1. So the alpha component is 1. And then, so that's if text ID is less than 100. But you notice on the one that I drew here with the cube, it's 101. So that's where it uses this here. So it's sampling from the entire texture. And I'm just using the first three XYZ, and I'm giving an alpha of 0.3. So this has two effects because the first cube that I draw right here, you see, is 0.3 because that is also, and then the one that's drawn on top, see where it's drawn there is back in the thing here. So I use this temp in front dot x as my coordinates for the translation model, model translation, whatever. Okay, so I use the x and I floor it because it was running all over the place. Floor it, so that just means that it rounds to the nearest integer below the float that it's at. So if it's 1.5, it'll round it to 1, and that's where it's going to draw the cube. I set the y coordinate to 2 because all the others on the floor, on the ground, are 1, so that's going to be 1 above the floor. Excuse me, the ground. Okay, and then floor, I did same thing with z coordinate, temp in front z. Just sent all this through, and that's pretty much it. It draws it exactly where you're looking at, which is really cool. And it just gets the x and z coordinates, sets the y coordinate to 2. We're still tracking our trees, and not much else to it. Now we just have to be able to do user interaction with a left or right click or some special key or whatever, and then we can add something to the world. And then we're going to have to create a special excuse me, memory block just for items added to the world, and we'll have to get into saving and loading and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for watching, everybody, and I'm going to put this video up here in just right now.